Alright, stream marker. Right, well, let's see how stuff goes with this this round, huh?
Alright, heads.
Yep.
Okay, I will be going first.
That sounds good to me. We will draw. Well, I have that as a choice, I suppose. Good luck. It is the only choice I had, so, you know.
I can imagine
Ultra
the
Ball,
lead.
discarding Fire, Energy, and Professor's Research.
Okay. Yeah, it might as well be Professor's Research, to be honest, because it's got all the stipulations on it, so, you know.
Probably the same foreign deck rule expanded as well as it does here now with Juniper, so
Yeah.
it basically is.
Yep.
Attach DCE, and we will end.
Okay. Yeah, so we found you the better Charizard outfit from the last thing of that. Ooh, wow, that was a lot of lag on that. Okay.
Sorry, I was loading in.
Yeah, that explains it actually. Yeah.
I don't think I can let this thing just stick around without anything on it, so we will laser it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it is a pain to deal with.
Yeah, it kind of is.
And we'll pass at that.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think I would have led it if I had a choice, but, you know, sometimes bad shit just happens.
Even if you get pulls out now, 90 puts it in Pyroar range.
Yeah, without having to have Muscle Band, so that's good. Right, so we will put down Spirit Sea. I should maybe say a little bit about why I didn't have a choice. Just because sometimes you don't draw everything you want that way at the start of the game. Let's go... We're gonna go Ultra Ball ourselves and just thinking how I want this to go. It's... Honestly, I do not like the option of doing it the other side here, so I hate having to discard Aromatisse, but I will discard Aromatisse Chorus here. Because I am not chorusing for free at the start of the game, thank you very much. This deck does not have... well, we don't have Shaman yet, so we can't exactly just like Ultra Ball our way back into a playable from there, so... Yeah,
if we had Shaman, you would be Ultra Balling for Shaman.
Probably. I'm not actually sure I would with this hand, but it would be a pretty reasonable option.
You're doing that before you played the Chorus, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. But I don't think I would have in this particular hand anyway, just based on the way this is set up. Right, we will grab ourselves Kangaskhan EX.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's the most reasonable one here, so we'll shuffle. It's a really stupid max potion, but I am going to max potion because I'm getting rid of the rest of this hand anyway. We'll attach the fairy to the Kangaskhan, and the last card's Juniper, so that's why it's like discarding Chorus and stuff doesn't really feel so bad when you're, you know, doing it that way anyhow. So, reasonable, just sort of annoying. Let's go ahead and throw Muscle Band on the Kang itself, just in case you and again. And I think that is going to have to do it for the turn here, so go ahead.
Okay, Ultra Ball, discarding Ultra Ball and Super Rod.
Yep. Yep.
Get Pyroar. Blacksmith.
Oh, yeah, okay. So that gets the 1, and the DC's there as well. Yeah, pretty good.
And we will Scorching Fang, discarding the fire.
Yeah, seems good to me. Down it goes.
That thing's going to be a sticking point if it stays around.
That's true, that's true. We will draw. Alright. DCE, Mega Kangaskhan, go ahead.
Alright, yep, that mechanic's the thing.
Yep.
Oh, do I want to do this? This would be... No. Wouldn't get me what I needed, fortunately, but it would be very funny. Although I think still setting up the damage is going to be more important because this is not something I can just one bang.
No, that is true. Yeah, I'm not
Well,
entirely sure how I'm getting out of this one yet,
we'll
but we'll
attach
see.
the fire energy. We will end.
Okay, yeah.
We'll put down a Litleo. Probably early to be doing this, but I don't think I can let that muscle band stick around.
I mean, it does now. It means I do need a coin toss in order to work. So yeah, it's not unreasonable.
We'll attach a band to the Charizard, and we will Scorching Fang, discarding the fire.
Okay, so 90, and we will draw. Yeah, it's pretty rough. Okay, level ball. Last time, probably, I'm going to get to say that, because I don't think we're sticking around in this format after today. We could, but I don't think you guys would want that, so we'll get that. We will... how much can I get away with off of this? This is kind of rough no matter what, to be honest. Well... yeah, this is a bit rough. We're going to fairy transfer this away real quick, because I might well need to do that at some point this turn. Because, yeah, Max Potion is brutal in this situation, but I think that's probably going to have to happen. Just looking at the rest of it here as well.
Oh,
so,
who that?
did you not put a password
Probably.
on the room?
I thought I did. Is there any way I can fix this?
Oh, I see what's happened. It's right. He was talking to me in chat, asking me how to do things. So he friended me first. This is a friend's room, so he's coming in attached to me somehow.
Ah!
Well, he's bad now, so.
Whoops. Oh god, this feels bad no matter how I do this. Ugh. Well, maybe I could salvage some sort of backup here with it. We've got Ultra. I think it's gonna have to be discard Megaphone Spritzy here, which is not great, but so the backup plan here would be Xerneas, because yeah, I think there's not a great chance of this working out, to be honest, but gotta do what you gotta do. I am gonna max pot this off, which is again not great because I have to discard the DCE, but we have Chorus as the other card. It's not amazing, but if we can get there, we actually do. I have DCE. So, yeah, the backup plan was to try and get, like, Fairy Garden down or something so I could Geomancy, but since that's not happening, we're just going to go there and Wham Bam Punch. So let's see if this actually works. It does. Okay, I'm not going to bother flipping anymore because there's not any need to. Yep, 100 base and then 30 for every coin toss you flip heads until tails happens.
Yes. I told him to go to the stream chat, so...
Fair dues. It's all good.
Oh, there's a route here to do some damage.
I really wanted rid of that muscle band as well, but I just couldn't keep... I had to keep the last card in hand.
Oh, this is it. Yes, actually.
I wanted to put Spritzy down too to get an extra thing off of Chorus, but again, just can't justify discarding what was left in that hand.
As risky as this is, I think I just have to go for it.
Oh, yeah,
This is
okay.
happening regardless.
Yeah.
It's either use it or it gets discarded.
That's fair. I was going to say for what it's worth, you don't have to have energy on the thing to do it that way, but it doesn't matter in this case, so completely understand.
And we'll wing attack for the 80.
Yep, that you will. Still don't know how I'm getting out of this, but we will see, I suppose. Okay, let's go ahead and it feels really bad to do it that way, but I think I need to. We're gonna rainbow the Aromatisse here. We'll swap that rainbow around real quick just to go there. It's vulnerable to Lysander is really annoying, but I don't think I can actually play around that right now, so... to be fair, I don't think I can really do a lot of anything, but we'll see. Lysander up one of the Charizards. And we'll go for our whammest of Bam Punches here and see how much this does. It's one... That's 130. Pretty inconsequential, doing more damage to it, but you know. Yeah. Figures. I think you've got this one, to be honest. I don't think there's anything I can do from here. Yep.
We'll Sean it. Because I'd rather not give you the draw right now.
That's fair.
And then we'll Float Stone Retreat out and Combustion Blast.
Yep.
That's 2, right? It's not 3?
Yeah, it's 2.
Just making sure.
Yeah, you got it. I've dead drawn. Prizes were horrendous. I had to chorus myself down. Look at this, though. I priced 4.
Oh.
I priced 4 supporters and a Kangaskhan. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
bad.
I couldn't.
I'm sorry.
I couldn't do anything. It's fine. It's not your fault or anything. I mean, the megaphone doesn't really matter with this stuff ever. Yeah, DNA's like the same. Yeah, I threw up a little bit as well when I saw the thing there. I was like, oh, for God's sake. The other one, I think... No, I discarded Aromatisse at the start of the game, so it wasn't that was prized. I think it was a Fairy Energy, which was just completely worthless at the start there. So yeah, I just didn't have anything I could go in with, and that just happens sometimes. The last card in hand when I chorused to the 4 was my last max potion, so I didn't think I could really discard that either. So yeah, I just couldn't do anything in that game really. It was...
You want to play Pepper? Or would you like to go?
I don't mind, to be honest.
I could sort of use the bathroom right now, and I figured...
Okay, yeah, sure, we'll...
Okay, I'll be back then.
I'll move over once I get buttons sorted. There was obviously more stuff that I wanted to do, so...
Yeah, I brought 3 decks, but one of them was Kang, so...
Oh, that's fine. I don't think I really made any changes to that one too much from what was shown on like the third place thing, but I don't... The supporter lineup was really weird, but there were enough supporters in there, so it wasn't really that was a problem. So, I mean, we got to show it at the very least, so it is what it is. Before you draw...
Right, yeah. Heads.
Yeah,
I'll go first then.
okay. Oh
And the mold.
dear God, okay. Dark energy, right. Okay, yep. I will put the card aside, but I'm obviously not taking it until we are done.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, good luck. Yep, Yveltal. Oh, Yveltal Dustnoir. Ooh, okay. Interesting.
Ultra Ball, Scanning, Ultra Ball, and Darkness Energy.
Mm-hmm.
There's Darkrai.
Mm-hmm.
Hatch.
Yep.
Bench Yveltal. And last card in.
Yeah, of course it is. Okay.
Starts on the active, that always happens. Yeah, it's gonna make you have it. Laser bank.
Yep.
Vegetable skull, bicycle for free.
Yep.
And path it from there.
Okay. Okay. Well, we will bounce the stadium with Skyar. Skylar. Okay. Don't know if this deck doesn't play that, then that's kind of not a problem. Yeah, you got this. I'm not even gonna bother.
Yeah, that was a rough start.
Yeah. I had 3 grass energy in my hand and nothing I could do. I had nothing I could play, so... Yeah, there's nothing I could do. Well, I'm going first this time, man, but there was absolutely nothing I could have done with a start like that. Alright, let's see what we can do. Alright, well, we've got Skylar again here, I suppose, so that's at least something. Okay. It's a start that exists, I suppose. It's probably going to be Ultra Ball here. Seems like it would make the most sense. This will go ahead and pitch double Snova, because that's not for this matchup, obviously. And grab ourselves out Virizion.
Yeah, this is the matchup I thought this deck would struggle with most. So,
well, we'll see if it does. Yeah, energy on the Virizion, another Genesect benched, and that'll be the turn. Go ahead.
Ultra Ball, discarding Darkness and Enhanced Hammer.
Okay. Alright, for a little bit of context on that last one, the hand you end me in, I had a pretty good opener, and then the hand you end me into was like 3 grass, G-Booster, Skylar, and like Tool Scrapper, I think it was. It was not playable in the slightest. Just like, well, yeah, even Skylaring for N or something just doesn't do anything from there, so... And the card I was hoping this list had outside was not available, so...
This is a rough opener, so... Rachi.
Mm-hmm.
Actually for... Sycamore.
Yep.
Dark on the active. Play the Sycamore. Discarding Dark Patch Super Rod.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can see why you would just attach that Dark then. Because normally you would want more of them in the discard, but if you're discarding a Dark Patch, I can see why that would be an issue. Correct, DNA. Correct.
Jirachi really does not appreciate Lysander Wing Attack, does it?
No, no, it does not.
Ultra Ball, discard Darkness, and Megaphone.
Okay.
Darklight. Bench Sableye, bench Keldeo, bicycle for free.
Yep.
And pass it from there.
Okay, we will draw. Right then. Go Muscle Band on the Virizion. And it's pretty straightforward, just N here. Okay. Seems pretty good. Sky Arrow goes down, so we can retreat out. We have the energy. I'll bench a second Virizion just in case for the stuff here, and we will Emerald Slash 470.
I have a feeling I'm not going to be using that poison counter, so...
Probably not, but you never know with this, right? Considering it's only on stuff that has grass energy on it, so... We'll see. It's always the question now, isn't it? Yeah, going second and having Emerald Slash happen on turn 2, it is the question now.
I will be able to make threats. I will be able to make threats. Use that. And Walrus.
Yep, 4-8. Pretty good. I don't even know if this deck is playing... No, it's got to play at least one chorus, surely, because even if it's a bad trade, you could Shadow Triad for it, so surely. This deck's got to play at least one.
Those flops. Home Stadium.
Yep.
Ultra Ball, discard 2 Hypnotoxic Lasers.
Thank you, sir. That's helpful for me to see. So it's like, oh, they're useless with Virizion in play. It's just like, yeah, you just gust around the thing that's got the grass energy on it, so... Dust Noir, okay. That's a very preemptive grab, but sure.
That was honestly more just to declutter the deck in case of N.
I guess. But, yeah, I mean, I guess I could see that. I do need to get a counter out after all, because you took the one I had, so... That's the main thing.
Yeah, I'll leave a ball left for
Yep,
the...
it's 100. 4 energy between us, plus the 20 base. Okay, that's a very curious draw for the stuff here, but I guess it kind of works. Alright, we will energy switch so that I can guarantee having an attack this turn at the very least. I have my mouse too far, or the screen too far up, so every time it goes back in my hand because it's just a bit too close. Alright, we will end here.
Yeah, that was a risk, but... Well.
To be fair to you, I didn't actually have it. I did kind of top deck and I was planning on doing something else, but that's fine. Alright, that works out fair enough. We'll bounce the stadium again. So I don't have to give up the energy, is pretty good. Do I need to do that this turn? I guess it probably doesn't hurt. Yeah, we'll Ultra Ball, discarding Scrapper, and... part of me really wants to discard that, but I don't know. Nah, we'll discard Juniper. And put down a Mime. So I don't know, Dark Patch is a crazy card. You could potentially get that Night Spirit out here. I'd rather not take more damage than I have to. Yeah, we'll Muscle Band on... I don't think I need that for Virizion as well, but... yeah, Genesect, that's probably better. Sky Arrow out, and we will Megalo Cannon, putting the 20 on... does it actually matter? Maybe not. Dusclops is probably the best bet, because I might have to end up, like, cannoning that down in a while. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. Yeah, because I'm not putting it, like, here, because it's just unnecessary, right? So...
Patch the Sableye. Up Stadium.
Okay.
Muscle Band on the Darkrai. Sycamore.
Okay.
Guarding Hammer, Sycamore to Skull.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
What else I would do with that? What else am I supposed to do?
Yeah, because your bench is kind of clogged at the moment. Keldeo is looking like a really big liability as well right now, so I can understand.
Ultra Ball, discard, Baby Yveltal, and Candy.
Yep, you've got Dusclops after all, so... Yep.
Bench Yveltal, Dark Patch. put this one in the dark, right? I can't trust this stabilizer to be a pip for much longer. And jump hunt.
Yep.
Situation.
Yeah, when in doubt,
Oops,
double
hold
dart
on.
patch. Yep, that makes sense. Yeah, because you've got plenty of darks in the discard, so it makes complete sense. Alright, so every Ultra Ball is gone, but you've already got all the Pokemon you need, so that's actually good for you. 3 Sycamore down, but no ends yet, which is a bit spooky, I suppose. Enhanced Hammers, I mean, that could get rid of Plasma Energy, so I guess I'm fine enough seeing those out of the way. And, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I would have tried to keep the hammers,
reasonable.
but it just didn't work out with the hands it came up with.
No, it makes sense, and I haven't managed to get the Plasma Energy down for you yet, so understandable. Speaking of, I'm not super happy about discarding my own one, but I will Ultra Ball Skylar and Enhanced Hammer away here. Grab myself out Bomber Snow. Because, yeah, because we definitely do not need to keep that thing around, so we will Juniper this away.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. That is a curious set of cards to find here. Okay, so we know you're just gonna kind of Dart Patch explode on the next turn, so it's probably not a good idea for me to keep this around. So I think we have to do something slightly different here. Just what is the best way of doing that? We go... We'll just do that now. Oh, because Dustoir's going to be a pain in the ass if I do that. I guess I could just take this out. Yeah, it probably makes sense to, actually, given the way this is set up right now. Alright, we'll bump the stadium a third time. Got a Sky Arrow down for it. Yeah, it's probably the best time to do this. We'll go out. I have a Grass Energy. Yeah, and we will Emerald Slash here. Just thinking if there's anything else I needed to do, but I don't think the answer is yes here. So do that, and these obviously go on this guy. Yeah.
Most predictable 2 Dark Patches in the world.
Yep.
And I'll let you choose one of the 3 cards in my hand to play. They're all in. They're all in.
That'll do then.
It's all in.
Yeah. I was thinking, do I want to thin anything else out of the hand beforehand, but not really. It was reasonable as it was, and I mean, it still kind of is, so...
Maybe just want this over here.
Okay, yep.
Like, I could kill this now, but...
What does that really accomplish you?
Exactly.
I guess so, yeah.
Attach to here. Move it out, and... Cyclone.
Cyclone, okay, so 90... Then that goes back to the Dark Ray. Makes sense. Alright, we will draw. Ooh, okay, that completely changes the game plan for this turn. Yeah, alright, I was going to do something entirely different, and that has just completely field shifted it. You end me out of it, but I have 4 of them, I guess. Red Signal the Dustolar. Because I put the 20 on that for a reason. Yeah, I'm just going to Sky Arrow out, and I'm going to Megalo for 120, but put the remaining 20, I guess, on the Yveltal probably makes sense. And, yeah. We'll get rid of that shenanigans right away. Like, maybe that's incorrect to do, but given you've got enough damage to, like, bust out what I would do otherwise anyway, I think this is the sensible play, is to stop you from having that move this turn. It does put me, quote-unquote, a turn back in terms of getting the win here, right? But I don't care right now, you know?
You better take your prize.
I did.
Right now.
Dust Noir is a 1-prizer.
It is.
Sableye died. Yveltal died.
Did I? Oh. Right.
So you've got to take a prize at some point. If you've got...
Ah. That's probably supposed to be back in...
penalty.
Probably. That's supposed to be back in the deck then, because I believe you would have ended out of me, so I don't even know what it is. I'm just going to shovel it back in. Alright, yeah, I forgot to take a prize after the Sableye. I wasn't even...
Wait, if I end you, then your end's the wrong number.
Probably is, yeah. Oh my god.
Unfixable situation.
It is, to be honest. Yeah.
I'll play this out now, but...
Yeah, I know, I'm bad. Honestly, I'll just say now, I could probably get like end right here, and it wouldn't even make any difference to it. So, I had other plays I could have done the previous turn that wouldn't have involved what I had.
Is
but...
really, do I try and Lysander something or just end? And honestly, I got to end you to 2.
Yeah.
It's just too dangerous otherwise.
I had Skylar and N in the previous hand in addition to what I did, so you know. Yeah, sorry about that. I guess I just kind of forgot that that Sableye gives up a prize card. Whoops.
Just life do.
Just life do things.
Well, I do have another patch.
Yeah, the long and short of it is, if I had basically the free reign on the previous turn, I would have G boosted you instead of Red Signal, so it would have been still a probably a more devastating KO for you actually, given the situation. So I don't know.
Me anyway, so I will Megaphone.
Yep.
You got 2 Genesect. You have it. I'm dead because if you. We retreat out, we start putting on the Y ball, on the evil the balls.
So it's 140. So yeah, alright, we will draw. And yeah, I do indeed have it, so we'll red signal the Jirachi and that'll be that. Jirachi or Keldeo, doesn't really matter. So yeah, so yeah, it's kind of weird. Again, I will admit, yeah, wouldn't have drawn the Plasma Energy, but I had Skylar and N, so what I'd have done instead is I would have Skylar for G-Booster, taken myself down to 1 prize, and then it's just, I get basically anything from there. I can take it, so... I don't know. Yeah, it was obviously wrong, and yeah, the game should have played out differently, etc., but I think, given how many prizes you had still to take anyway, if I took that...
I just fell too far. My start was just too rough. I had to dump shit quickly and.
Yeah, but hey, at least.
Back as a Pancolrus, basically.
But hey, at least you didn't prize 4 supporter cards. So
you drew them all instead.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, yeah, sorry about that. I mean, hey, mistakes happen to everyone. There you go. It is not simply, you know, I am not immune to anything that way. By God. So. Yeah, stuff happens. I need to sort this one as well. So yeah, the first one was that, and then yeah, this is the first and currently only time I have played Virgin probably going to be the only, although it is really quite good in Seismitoad, so we'll see. I won't discount ever playing Virgin again, but it is not my favorite deck out there, so yeah. Right, so Psy Stuff is an adaptation from the last time. We've gotten rid of the Raichus, we've gotten rid of the Garbodors, we've streamlined the stuff a lot here. We've even improved the Charizard artwork, so you know that's a good thing too. And yeah, it's just focusing a lot more on getting the Charizard to do big things now, and then Pyroar is for the basically EX only sort of decks. Keeps things honest, and it's pretty powerful into those sorts of things a lot as well, so deals with the safeguarders quite nicely as well. Muscle Band gives you 110 damage or just a laser, right? So you can take out Suicune in one shot if you have that as well. So yeah, it's pretty good into the stuff Charizard isn't, and this one's a lot stronger, I think, than the last time.
Scramble Switch is also extremely scary in this deck, because if you have a Pyroar up and it's done its job, oh, I can recover my DCE.
Yes, which is fantastic. The deck we went against, I forget exactly who has most of these, other than Andrew Estrada winning Worlds this year. I don't really remember names that well, I'm afraid. But this is effectively the third place Worlds list, with Tool Scrappers being replaced with Megaphone because there was absolutely no freaking point whatsoever in playing Tool Scrapper in this deck. Like, I don't think there's ever a situation really where you would willingly want to let the opponent keep a tool in play if you've got the opportunity. I can see some extremely fringe cases for it, but more often than not, I don't think there's really any point, because there's the chance that the opponent has been forced to just play them or get, like, you know, discard them to Juniper, I think is higher than you wanting to discard only one tool that they have in play. And there's no self-tools in this deck that you would want to discard, right? Because you've only got Muscle Man. So I don't see a point in playing Tool Scrapper here, basically. Other than that, it's, I think, card for card for what went third. Mega Kangaskhan is absolutely absurd at tanking hits, but it's not great at tanking, like, 2 big hits off a Charizard, right? Can't exactly deal with that too easily. And, yeah, I don't know, the Kang is there to deal with the Pyro part, and then hopefully the rest of the deck can deal with what else you've got to do. But I think Charizard inherently is not a great matchup for it, because Muscle Banded Zard one-shots everything that isn't exactly Kang. So, yeah, I don't know, I think it was...
Even then, with my biggest swing, I'm doing 200 into Kang. You don't need much to get further than that.
Yeah,
so I don't have a max potion, they're in a lot of trouble.
Yep. If I actually spent more time on it, I think something closer to... I mean, this isn't that far changed, but it's more the supporter lineup just getting cleaned up. That's basically the bit. I didn't really change anything with the supporter stuff, but it is fairly messy. Like, I don't really know why the Bianca is in there most of the time. And, yeah, it's just a bit weird. But it's very, very similar here.
It felt very clunky when I was playing it, and like, Chorus is such a weird card. Like, it's great when it's great, but I just hate putting too many because they clunk up my starts.
Yeah, and that's completely reasonable. Definitely see that.
But that was the issue I was having. I was just bricking out after a while, just getting a couple of things down.
Yeah. I don't really like Shauna as a like solution to that myself, though, because like 5 cards is basically not really much better. But at the very first turn of the game, I know Shauna is generally better. But any time outside of that, I don't really like Shauna whatsoever. So it's
I like it.
The alternative is Random Receiver, but it's hard to do that with 2 Lysander in the deck.
Yeah.
I like it in the case that, oh hey, I can shuffle draw 5 and the opponent doesn't get anything.
Yeah, like...
That is an issue with N.
Yeah, it's as an alternative to N, maybe? Yeah, I can, or like, in certain situations, I can see it, but, yeah, I don't know, it's like, I know Shuffle Draw 5, we've played it before and it's been fine, but it feels like, at the moment, it just isn't really there for me.
It's definitely a second-class supporter.
Yeah.
There's a reason I filled out the Sycamore count first.
Yeah. And, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would consider replacing the... I'd probably replace one of the megaphones, personally, because I don't think you need that many tool disruption things in here. I can see why it's good, but I don't think it's that impressive in here, so I'd probably start with that and go from there.
I was kind of playing the, well, I can't test this that well into any matchups. I assume they did more than I did.
Yeah.
on the snap account.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Poor Garden seemed complete overkill to me, but...
Yes and no. You want it early, I think, is the thing, and you want it often because you don't exactly have laser immunity in here, right? So, like, laser really messes with your max potion stuff a fair bit, so I can see it, and yeah, it just bumps. It makes sure that you win basically any Stadium War, I think, so that's fine. You don't play any other switching cards in here, so yeah. I know Keldeo is a thing that exists, but Keldeo is easily targeted by Virizion Genesect, so it's not always that great. I mean, this third gen list and quite a lot of them at the time didn't play laser, but I have seen plenty which did. More around the time the deck came out, but honestly, with the muscle band and stuff in here as well, Virizion itself starts hitting pretty scary numbers with it at that point. I think the only reason you don't see it more often is because it's bad in Mirror, and that's about it, really. Because it is a plasma card, after all. You could Shadow Triad the laser back, so... I
Hard
think
to argue with 100 Accelerate too.
Yeah. I think that there is a reason for not seeing play, but it has in the past, so I wanted to bring that up anyway. This list is based off of the Virgin Raichu list, but I replaced the Raichu with the Abomasnow because I wanted to try and show it off. Just didn't get a chance, obviously, because I wasn't playing against a fire thing with this. But it deals with Pyroar very easily, and it does actually help against Charizard too, believe it or not, because with the Muscle Band it does get the one-shot, and the downside of both Pokemon are confused doesn't matter because Virizion stops that bit, so it's effectively just 80 auto-confuse in the deck, and if you are going against a fire thing, it actually does do very good numbers into them, so you force them to respond.
Put a band on it and then kills the EX and kills Zardy-X.
Yep. Put a band on it and you only need 2 energy for killing Pyroar too, which is pretty nice. So the high muscle band count stays in this deck as a result. And lots of energy switch. I probably, if I was like really changing the deck around seriously here, I'd probably, well, first off, I'd probably take out Scrapper for Mega Fun, but like, I'd probably take out the Enhanced Hammer, to be honest, and put the 4th energy switch in, because energy switch is so powerful in this deck. Like, you can actually afford to put an energy on the Mr. Mime if you have to lead with it at the start of the game, and then next turn you could get Virizion, like energy switch to it, Sky Arrow gets the Mr. Mime out of the active, and there you go, right? So it's like, it lets you pre-attach some of the stuff. I bumped up the energy count in here though. It was like 8 grass, I think, in the original Raichu thing, but that's because they played DC, I think they played 1 to get the Raichu up in one shot. So I was like, nah, I'm just bumping it up like 10 grass to make sure I basically always have grass energy in when I need it. And yeah, it's Virgin. It did exactly what it did the last 2 times we've seen the thing, but now it has the opportunity and like capability to deal with its problem matchup as well with the with that. I will say Andrew Estrada's like World's Winner list was just straight for Virizion for Genesect. It didn't play any other stuff with it there. I think because Pyroar is a bit of a hit and miss like thing to play sometimes. Did very well like the initial tourneys that came out, and then I think it's one of those sorts of cards that comes in and out of the format.
It's a meta call, basically.
Yeah. Yep, and at Worlds I think it just wasn't the call at the time, because if I remember rightly, this Worlds was the one that was dominated by like 6 third gen decks or something in at the top, so it was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. So I might have to manage to get the Pyroar players off, and that was that.
Yeah. Maybe Blastoise, I don't know. And then finally, we obviously have the Darkbox deck stuff as well here, which I guess maybe there was something in like you could play within this type of deck that would also stunt them a bit. Like this one doesn't, but maybe there was something in
I look at this and wonder how you're really dealing with Pyroar, and it looks kind of sad.
Yeah, it's like Laser Spam, and that's about it, really. Laser Spam and Dusknoir are trying to move the counters away, but there's not a lot of opportunities to do much, really. So,
I think the ideal plan is you Sinister handle it, you know.
Yeah, but they can get Pyroar up faster than you can get Dusknoir up, so...
Yeah. Like, we saw how fast I got Pyroar up in the game against Cal.
Yeah. So... It's a cool idea. I mean, Dust Noir is busted as hell, and Yveltal often does overkill damage on the second hit, right? It's I mean, 140 is not something you need to hit on most things when they've already taken damage. So it's similar sort of situation to how Empoleon plays with the stuff as well. Is that you often do more damage than necessary, so shift the excess damage to something else first, right? And that's how this sort of deck really takes advantage of the Dust Noir. There's not much, like, there's not inherent synergy in that, oh, you're spreading a bunch of damage and then condensing it, but it's the opposite direction, and that can also be very powerful as well. If you're not one-shotting, then getting, you know, a super efficient 2-shots is something Dust Noir really lets you do well.
Yeah, looking at all the worlds thing, going back to the Pyroar thing, basically every Yveltal deck except the person on this was on Garb.
Yep, and that's
probably what happened to Pyroar. Everyone was started bringing Garb. Pyroar became useless.
Yep, that's it. It's why it's the meta shifting. Is the Pyroar does wonders when Garbodor is not being well played and not super great, and then as soon as it basically wins, it didn't quite, I think, but as soon as it was like second, right, in US Nats or something, so it's like as soon as that happens, and it's going to shift completely the other way, and everyone's going to be countering it, right? And it's this, we see this situation happen literally all the time, but a recent example would be the Lugia list pre Gen 9, because they didn't play switch outs for quite a while, and like the Palkia players ended up bringing that Articuno that auto paralyzes, and the Lugia players had a really hard time against that. So
I remember hearing something about a Mawile.
Yes, there's a Mawile from Scarlet Violet that also took advantage of lacking of switch options and stuff as well. But and there's the Fusion Strike Dreepy. I saw some Mew decks playing that for the same reason. And to be fair, the Sneasel all the way back in like Dark Explorers or I think it's Next Destinies actually. With Corner was also used in Gen 5 for the same reason, because a lot of decks didn't play that many switch outs, and once you trap something in, then it's you know, suddenly if your Keldeo gets stuck, there's not much it can do. So yeah, similar situation there.
I know it's a space issue, but I'm surprised the Excelgor deck haven't sneaking in a one of Lysander, just to Lysander trap in the people on these lone Keldeos with no hard switches.
Yeah,
it's not like a meta call for me. I'd have thought at least one of them would have made. I mean, I thought one with 2 catcher, but really, catcher?
Yeah, I won't.
The coin flip to win the game. I want to win the game.
Yeah, I won't actually play it here because I think that's going to be a bit too awkward with this stuff. But I will at least bring the deck out because a lot of the stuff in here does rotate, unfortunately. Tropical Beach, especially Excelgor itself, rotates. So, but I'm not actually going to end up playing this one for it here, but this would have been the last hurrah for it. Tropical Beach also rotates. And yeah, it's like Virizion was a really big problem for this Excelgor stuff as you go on. Yeah, for some reason this Mew gets a non-alternate art print during Gen 6, so I decided I'd just bring that one out anyway. I don't know why, it's like in the middle of the promo lot as well. It's just, they just brought it back for no reason. But yeah, I replaced one of the Flygon with that, and it's just Flygon puts damage counters in between turns, so rather than item locking in this one, we're spreading a bunch of damage around, so it just adds to the win con that way. Plus, it means you can just not have to do Excelgor immediately, and you can still do totally fine, right? You can go ahead and just have Flygon max potion for a couple of turns, and then get Excelgor rolling, so it's not the end of the world. And yeah, Dust Noir plus Flygon is something that's been on the sort of back burner for a very long time. I know you tried it sort of when it came out, but Catcher I think ruined a lot of it at the time. It was just kind of bad, hard to set up. But yeah, when you can start doing it with like auto paralyze the opponent as well, it's like, oh, this suddenly starts making more sense.
Ambitions.
It certainly does. It is eating well tonight, that's for sure. Rip the people on that plane. Yeah, no, so it's just like this concept has been around for a fair while, but I think the Gothitelle version ended up eclipsing it for a while. But you know, when It's tough, because Trevenant obviously is a thing you can play with it now, but Trevenant is Dark Week, and being murdered immediately by Yveltal before you even get a chance to set up is probably not where you want to be. You know, Oblivion Wing kill Phantom for 1 energy is not great. So, yeah. It's a very strange setup, I think, for a time period for this stuff here. But this would have been very effective. It did test pretty well. Like, I played this against Yveltal, and it was just surprising how often I could do Excelgor without even having Mew in the deck, actually. But yeah, you've got a lot of stuff going for you in this sort of list if you just dodge the Virizion play a little bit here, I think. And yeah, Dusknoir is busted, what can we say? Very, very strong
Yeah,
card.
I was trying to look at what the Japanese version of this Mew is, just to get an idea of what the idea was. And there isn't one!
Yeah, because they didn't...
English only print in the middle of XY as part of a Mew and Mewtwo pack.
It's so weird. I'm just like, why is this here? But it's okay. We will get it back a while later, you know. In fact, no, it's not even that we get it back later, it's that we never lose it, because it was printed in Legendary Treasures as well, so it doesn't even rotate right now. By the time this one comes out, it will still be legal. So, it just stays in the format for decades. I don't know. Okay, not quite, but...
It actually leaves the format for 1 month.
Really now?
Late September 2016, that promo.
That's hilarious, because that is not a time period we are going to have in this this format at all, because that's not how we do things with this. So there will be no period where this view is rotated for us. That's funny. Yeah, so sorry for the incorrect game state on the stuff there with it. I will try and endeavor to be better on that, but you know, mistakes happen, I guess. And yeah, interesting stuff. Might be the only time you really get to see this Pyroar, because Frog. It's very unfortunate, but I know it technically doesn't take damage from Seismitoad itself, but given the fact that we lose a lot of the stuff that sort of helps to bring this out anyway, it's a tough time to be a Pyroar, let's just put it that way. And yeah, I don't know. It's a very interesting format, I think, this one. Probably not that we saw them today, but we saw them last time around. Probably the last time that, like, evolutions, or stage 2s at least, are really good. It's not that you can't play them at any point from here, it's just, like, most of them aren't that impressive for a long time. And as, I guess, has been most of the case anyway, but most of the ones that are good are the ones that have, like, the busted support powers, right? So, you know.
Or can evolve really quickly and have very good efficient attacks.
Yeah. Just wait until Gen 7 though, because then we get the chase cards become evolutions again, and suddenly everything is right with the world. So, yeah, we have some fun stuff to look forward to then. But
I'm surprised that the Pyroar doesn't get play with Evo Soda then. Surely just Evo Soda and decent Litleo should make it playable.
yeah, there's this thing called Quaking Punch. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's
Right.
it just
yeah.
kind of stops that.
Oops.
So yeah.
I knew this block was going to be a problem. I knew it.
But that is for another time. So yeah, for the YouTube stuff, thank you for watching on that. And I don't know, I guess, do you want to start looking into some stuff we could play in the next thing, or what? Because we've got time, right?
We all play Frog, we all ban Frog. Yu-Gi-Oh rule.